So I'm really encouraged by this group that I met with. I walked into that church not really knowing what to expect, and I'm looking at 30 white men that of varying ages and stages of life, varying degrees of experience when it comes to racial justice work, but they were all in that room committed to racial justice. And there is something powerful in seeing that, in saying, like, I'm not the only one. And I think for white folks, there's this myth that I am the only one, right? I'm the only one who's ever done this. Well, first of all, there's been people of color doing it a long time. But also, you're not even the first white person who's been doing this work. There are tons and tons of people in the cloud of witnesses and in the mystical banquet of the saints, shall we say, and the ancestors that join you in this work. And when we don't have those possibility models in our minds, it can feel very isolating. So last night I'm talking to this guy, and this guy's been at it forever, and he's, in his 70s, and he's like, reparations now, and he's super radical, right? And he talked about how he used to do affirmative action organizing, and his home was firebombed, and his kids were harassed, and he sacrificed a lot to do what he knew was right. I need his strength when I'm doing this work. I can't do it without his strength and without the strength of all the others that have been at it. So I just want to say to all of you, if you are interested in this work, find some folks, find your people, as they say in White Men for Racial Justice, get off the porch and get to work. So what does that mean? Well, go to WMRJ if you want, and you can find more information on the website, WMRJ.org. You also, literally you can start by just gather a few of your friends who you know are committed to this, and just start talking about, just try to cultivate more joy. That's one of our core values. In one of my groups that I'm a part of, we do nailed it, failed it, don't know what to do about it. So those can be the buckets where we celebrate the wins, where we are able to grieve the losses in the ways that we haven't shown up the way that we want to, and also to present things to folks that maybe you could use extra insight on. Find an equity advisor if you can. So we have an equity advisor who checks in with us. It's just, again, it's a person of color who has a lot of experience, who's able to, just help us, advise us when we need it. But also I think sometimes we develop a learned helplessness where we say, okay, unless I have the person of color telling me what to do, I'm not going to do anything. That's not helpful either. So I think you can get to work and trust that if you are making missteps, that people will tell you. You don't have to worry about that. So get to work and find your people, get off the porch, and create a culture, because what we need is, as Resmaa would say, culture eats strategy for breakfast. We need a culture as white folks doing this work that can carry us when we can't carry ourselves. So move with grace, move with courage, just move.